What's good, peeps? Thanks as always for passing by the channel. Much appreciated. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. I was sent an email. When was this sent? Yesterday? No, Sunday. Sunday evening from a Jack Holborn with regards to the Yarde Kovalev fight. It's a very simple question. In the end, what did we learn? That's it. I was going to leave this question for the Q&A, but I'm going to answer it now because it might be a bit long-winded, and Q&As already go past an hour, and I don't really want to waste that question on the Q&A. All right, so in the end, what did we learn? There are a few takeaways, right? I think it's fair to say there are a few takeaways. I've watched that fight now in its entirety 4 times, highlights, little clips about 50, 60 times. Number one, experience. I think that fight, if any fight showed how important experience is, that fight showed it. And not just fighter experience, I'm talking trainer experience as well. I think the one or two criticisms that have come out of that fight is that Yarde lacks experience, but that Tunde lacks experience as well. So experience is probably the biggest takeaway. Kovalev wouldn't have got through round 8, which he survived, so he didn't even get through it, but survived. But he definitely wouldn't have put that performance in round 9 without the experience that he's gathered. Not just from professional, but as an amateur as well. Kovalev was a well-seasoned amateur. So you can't buy experience. And I think, listen to the corner of Buddy McGirt and you compare it to Tunde Ajayi. Again, light and day, so you can't buy experience. The second biggest takeaway is that the jab was and will always be the most important weapon in boxing, right? I mean, it was key. It was key. I haven't looked at the punch stats, but I guess, Kovalev probably out-jabbed Yarde something like 10-1, right? For every 10 jabs Kovalev threw, Yarde threw his. Kovalev's jab was beautiful. And not just jab into the head, jab into the chest, which takes away your breathing, jab into the body. He ended the fight on a jab. The jab is the most important weapon in boxing, and it's something that Anthony Yarde doesn't have, or at least doesn't utilize, right? I'm sure he knows how to jab, but he probably doesn't know how to jab effectively. I guess the biggest question going in, and what made the fight so intriguing, is where was Anthony Yarde, right? Was he English level? Real question here. British level, European, world, fringe world, elite? Like, no one knew. Hence why going in, this fight had so many question marks, only based on Anthony Yarde. Not really based on Kovalev, but more Yarde. Where is Anthony Yarde? Having watched that fight a few times now, and again, highlights, he's definitely above British. I'm not quite sure who is the European champion, the European light heavyweight. I don't know who that is, but he's definitely above British level. That doesn't mean I'm saying he's better than Boatsin, or I'm just saying he's above British level. He is. I would say he is European/fringe world. I don't want to get excited because he wobbled and hurt Kovalev in round 8. That makes him automatically world level. I don't think it does. Kovalev did win every single round apart from round 8 and stopped him. So I don't know if that then makes him world level because he hurt Kovalev. I don't know. So I would say he's European/just entering fringe world level. But at least we know now, right? At least we know. He doesn't need to go back to the UK and start, chasing English and British titles. We know where he is now, I think. That's a good takeaway. Another takeaway is Kovalev, right? What's left of Sergey Kovalev? I don't think very much. Again, it was a good performance. It was a polished performance. But I thought his gas tank ran empty a few times. Again, experience, and he got his second win. That helped him. But I don't know what's left of Kovalev. Going into the fight, I still favoured Kovalev against the likes of Bertabiev and Vodzik. Obviously, those two meet in October, and Bivol. I would have them all favourites against him. And not just them, but other guys within the top 10 in the light heavyweight division as well. There isn't much left. I don't know if that's because he's been in a couple of hard fights. Alvarez was a tough fight. Obviously, Ward, both fights were tough, and now this one's tough. But he's definitely coming to the end. And that's coming from someone that's watched all these fights since Cleverly. I don't know how many fights that is. That's probably like 14 or 15 fights. That isn't the Kovalev I remember. Again, still look, he still got it, right? There's still elements of him there, But again, I think I said this in a video that I done on Canelo Kovalev. That is 15 to 20% of peak Kovalev. So as much as I want to give Yarde plaudits for doing well and that round 8, know that he's fighting a 15% version of the guy that used to be one of the most feared boxers. One of the most feared. There was a time when Gigi and Kovalev were the fucking boogeymen. He's obviously not that anymore. But yeah, those are the takeaways. Experience, jab, where Yarde is, where Kovalev is. What do you guys think? Let me know. Peace.